Jennifer. I started off in 2011 doing an apprenticeship with Brighter Beginnings at New Moston. I worked there for a year and then was given the opportunity to take a position at Charlestown. This is where I continued to do my level 3. I then gained knowledge and experience, and I've been there in the company now for over 10 years and worked my way up to a manager role, and I'm now at Newton Heath Brighter Beginnings as the manager. Yes, I did. I started off doing my level 2 apprenticeship when I was at New Moston. At the time, Alison was my tutor, so we used to go on a Friday and do a full day at college, and I was one of them staff members that used to say I can't do it, and she always pushed me and I knew I could. And then because it was only for one day, it was good because I still obviously gained a lot of knowledge, but for me it's more being on the job and hands-on, so that's why apprenticeship was the best thing for me, because I prefer to be with the children and learn on the job rather than just sit in a classroom all day Monday to Friday. But yeah, the knowledge that I got from Alison and all the support was great, and they always came out and did observations and, you know, give me feedback on what I could improve on, and I always took that on board. So they obviously, like I say, they used to come out, so they come out and see us that way and observe us, so we'd be able to do observations. We got the opportunity to do learning journeys, that kind of stuff, and they'd go over everything and make sure everything was okay. When I did my level 3, it's more based doing it on your own. So they was giving you a task to do and it was set, but they was always there for you. So if ever I needed help when I was at home doing my work or in work, I'd just phone them and they'd be able to support me in anything. And if I did need any support in one thing that I was doing at that time and I was struggling with it, they would say to me, like, we'll come down and see you, and they go through it with me. So they never left you to struggle, basically. They was always there for you. The English, it was okay, it was good. The maths I did find hard to begin with, but I think it took around a year and a half and a lot of revision, and eventually I got there in the end. It was a struggle, but all I can say is to push people, because you do need it for that qualification. And once you've got it, you don't have to do it again, so that's the best thing about it. Yes, definitely, especially with English. Obviously I check over next steps planning, staff's work, so I always check over when we have Facebook posts. I always check over the grammar and everything to make sure it's all okay before I put it on. So for English, yeah. Maths, obviously I do like cashing up and fees, and you know, I have parents always asking me like, you know, why am I in a race? So then I have to look back and see why that parent is in a race. So if I didn't do that maths, I wouldn't have knew any of this. So yeah, it's definitely good. Like the gaining the knowledge. So if I wouldn't have done this apprenticeship and I would have gone to college, I wouldn't have listened. I don't think I would have listened. I'm one of them that gets bored really easily. So it did for me. That's why going forward in an apprenticeship, when you're able to learn on the job, you gain more knowledge, and you know, you're learning from your supervisors and your managers and your deputy managers, and you're figuring out how they work. Sarah Crossley, as you know, she was my manager, and I got a lot of support from her, and I don't think I'd be where I was today without Sarah, because from her being my manager, I became supervisor, and then I became deputy manager. And a lot of staff say that they remind me of a young Sarah. When I go into this nursery and the girls all say like, you just get us whatever you want, and they're like, it's amazing, like, and they've all said like the progress of how it looks now to what it used to be. It has got a lot better with resources and things, and it's just good to see how they are coming out of the shells as well. Like I know all the personalities now, I know the flaws, I know what they need to work on. And it's so nice as well when you go into the rooms and the children know who you are. So I went into the preschool room this morning and they're having a teddy bears picnic. So I've gone in and they're all like, Jennifer, look, we've brought our teddies in, and they're all showing me the teddy. It was so cute. So things like that, it is really nice to see. Definitely do it. So, you know, and you've got probably when you leave school as well, the young ones that do leave school, it is a big thing where you think, what actually do I want to do with my life now? When I left school, I knew that I wanted to work with children. I used to look after my nephews, I had a lot of experience with my family. So for me it was easy. But I have met learners in the past that have said, oh, I'm not sure whether I want to do it, and I've said, if you in your mind want to work with children, give it a go. That's the only thing you can do. And I always say, like, look at where I am now. I never thought I'd be here, and 10 years later I am. So it's the best thing to do. And like I've said it before, if it weren't for Brighter Beginnings, I wouldn't be where I was today. So thank you.